Hello, my name is Daniel Clauson. I use they, them pronouns. I'm a trans and queer ceramic artist, and I'll be giving a little artist talk for you guys today. I wish I could have been there in person, but it's an honor to um, be able to do this in any capacity. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoy. I'm just gonna share my screen right now. All right. So I will be covering some heavy topics that are deeply ingrained in my artwork and identity. So please feel free and encouraged to step away if you need to. Potentials in this presentation have to do with alcoholism, violence, death, self-harm, and suicide among the queer community. There will also be anti-trans legislation. Thank you for being here, and remember to check in with your body to make sure you're doing okay. I'm less interested in speaking about my art and my work in accordance to my resume than speaking to you through the letters and musings and history that Clay has held and uncovered in my relationship with it. The past is held and made permanent, my history archived in touches and caresses and pinches, all through this material of deep transformation. Simplicity feels like erasure to me. Formalities, hierarchies, direct and linear timelines, these all feel like erasure to me. I don't know how to give an artist talk that is clear and concise and follows rules of what to include and how to speak. I don't know how to erase my past for you and give you a clean-cut PG version. I'll open myself up to you, read you letters, diaries, journal entries, because this is how I make. This is my studio practice. I think it can also be called survival. I grew up in the woods that cling to the boundaries of the city, the edge. In those thickets of nettles and ivy, tall pine trees and mud, my history is held. It eats away at me while I attempt to tell you who I am, leaving my letters rancid and spat out of the shade, exposed to streetlights and sirens. A neon sign flickers and glares into the night. Come in, we're open. Wait times to reach a counselor are higher than usual. Thank you for your patience. We'll be with you soon. So this is an introduction, and I wonder how to loosen the hold that names have on me, to abolish titles. And then I remember what a dear friend once said. Everyone I have ever loved has gone by many names. So this is an introduction. My name is Dan. I desire an opening, an entrance. I want to show you what clay means to me, and it's more than an image or an object, and it's more than a square and a meta space spiraling our environment into a catastrophe. I selfishly want more than 5 to 10 seconds of your viewing time. I want more than conversations about our current president, our current government, all because you look at me and recognize I'm the thing everyone's talking about these days. But you forget how that doesn't make my community's oppressions new. This transness is not new. Their fear turned hatred towards me is not new. I desire an opening, an entrance, from me to you, you to me. I want to show you that clay is a ritual of self-finding connection and community finding connection, finding space. That clay is the body of all my love for all my friends and all those I have lost. That clay is the lens and the mirror to uncover my body, my queerness, this abject experience. That clay is devotion, the receiver and receptor for all the pain and loving, that clay is transformation, transition, transience, transparency, translation, transcribing. Clay is the first body I found love and safety within. And I selfishly need you to see that this is what I'm trying to show you. My current work is an investment in the research and active preservation for my queer community and our erased histories. I cannot differentiate my artwork in these politics because I cannot untangle myself, my identity, and my livelihood from these politics. The past 5 years have been a traumatic political time for trans folks, of aggressively increasing anti-trans legislation. There were 144 proposed bills in 2021, 174 in 2022, 604 in 2023, 674 in the following year, and 796 introduced bills already this year. Some I included for your clear viewing, for your understanding. Trevor Project's 2024 statistics state that 46% of trans and non-binary youth considered attempting suicide last year. It is a number I know too well. It is a number that has rang in my ears even when I was just a teenager. And I'm overwhelmed with the knowledge. I'm overwhelmed with the continuality of it. I'm overwhelmed with the erasure. With all these occurrences of death facing me, I thought about issues of freedom. If government projects the idea that we, as people inhabiting this particular landmass, have freedom, then for the rest of our lives, we'll go out and find what appear to be the boundaries and smack against them like a heart against a rib cage. If we reveal boundaries in the course of our movements, then we'll expose the inherent lie in the use of the word freedom. I want to keep breathing and moving until I arrive at a place where motion and strength and relief intersect. I don't know what's ahead of me in the course of my life in this civilization. I just don't feel I've reached the necessary things inside my history that would ease the pressure in my skull and in my future and in my present. It is exhausting living in a population where people don't speak up if what they witness doesn't directly threaten them. I want to rewrite all the obituaries I was not able to find. I want to attend all the funerals that were never held. I want to light every candle for all the vigils that dead named you. I want to burn every bathroom that puts us in danger. I want to break into every home that has been unsafe. I want to steal every bottle of testosterone from conservative pharmacies. I want to fire every doctor that labeled us disturbed. I want to corrupt every church that tried to convert us. I want to reclaim space in every bar that told us to leave. I want to spit on every unaccepting parent. I want to have arguments that howl in every classroom that refused our history. I want to scream till your ears bleed when you call me man. I want one day where I don't have to find myself away from my body in order to survive. I want one day where 46% isn't a statistic that rings in my ears. I want to hold seances to know how to move forward. I want to dance. I want to laugh. I want to kiss everyone I meet. I want to love every detail of each day. I want to hold hands with strangers. I want to play every game and sport. I want to sing as loud and horribly as I can. I want to look everyone in the eyes and feel no shame. I want to look in the mirror and feel no shame. I want to hold my friends so close, our bones mend together, and we share each other's skin. I had a friend once call me a survivor, so I asked an ex-lover why I didn't want to die. At this time, everyone in my life wanted to, and I was stuck feeling non-consensual want for life. She turned to me and said, "You have preservation desires." This work is my preservation desires. July 2019, journal entry. Shimmery, sparkled, glitter itching, sweat-coated skin, sequined armor, technicolor burnt into our vision. Where men would pour out of bars, gripping, lying, touching, a subtle hand, a caress. We exit the club onto the street, heavy short breaths. We huddle upon the building's stone wall, soaking in the cold. Fishnet flace, a skirt catching, running up and up and up. Small stars upon these bodies, mirroring the sky, peeking through the high rises. Lighters click, and I feel pulled out of hypnotism. Leaning ever closer, skin brushing, smells of summer. My mind captures you here, a cyberchrome film roll, all texture and light, and these blues, those eyes. Frozen here, we are a nan golden photograph, holding in our statuehood the state of our times, the drunken, drug-induced, body-touching sexual abandon of this youth, of this age. We are memorialized and forever young. You do not need to see the scars to know we do not last in this state. Film burns, crumbles, cannot resist the influence of heat, flame. But God, I would love to just romanticize queerness to no end. How badly I want to speak about this skin sparkling sensation of touch when it is received with validation, when it is given with such lust and desire. How badly I want to write you a poem that is as soft and slow and made anew as transition, as a sword fern unfurling to dewdrops, tongues unfurling into mouths. How badly I want to grasp the joy and expansive, vast expression that is dancing among queers, that is finding knives of hip bones, sharpening themselves upon hip bones, that is all hands, tangled in hair, firm upon breathless necks, hands lost to the endless oceans of denim and leather and lace. God, is that you? How sweet and divine this transness is. Dancing as an act of rebellion, freedom, finding acceptance and participation within a crafted community-based culture. These safe spaces have been where I found my own queerness and discovered many avenues of expression and gender euphoria. In a time where the conversation is heavily focused upon the negative impacts queer people are facing, as well as an over-analysis and invasive discussion on the validity of queer people's identities, I want to bring our joy and humanity to the forefront. Our joy is what holds the most power in facing societal hate and fear. Sculpting the fragmented forms of dance out of clay, I vitrify our histories of joy, as well as craft the monuments to archive both the beauty and the violences we face. These are the preservations of our truths and our connections, the love and the lost, clay to hold it all. July 2021, journal entry. Drunk and divine, it is a scorching summer, humid and swimming. Through the air, I try to grasp onto oxygen as you and I race the train. Your camo cutoffs, your ripped black t-shirt with something profane on the front, a hole the size of a fist in the back, your bleached braids swinging behind you, our boots, you always wear those boots, even in the heat of this July month. You push your body past me and leap. A slow motion video, all is silent in this moment. I do not hear the thunder of the train a foot away from me, or the sounds of your wild laughter, or the gravel beneath my feet, fumbling, falling. Yet you are an angel in the air. A hand grasping the railing, you turn to look back at me. My sputtering steps cannot keep up. I lift a hand, I reach, you unreachable thing. My roommate tells me of the day you died. Heart stopped on your bed after another continuous day of drinking. It is all one singular day here in this heat. You placed a mirror under your nose and began to panic. 10 long minutes. Then, a gasp, coughing. You found air in your lungs again. Somehow, dear angel, you unreachable thing, God didn't want you yet. July 2023, journal entry. You told me that previous night while we slept, you had a dream my body was a collection of porcelain cups. And I thought about that kind of smoothness. I thought about that kind of softness and hardness, that contradiction of thin-walled fragility and vitrified reliability. Lately, I've been conducting seances in my studio, placing over my ears these noise-canceling headphones, finding you within the playlists, finding my hands dancing across coils of clay, letting the sound possess my body, possess the clay. And as I begin to lose autonomy over my limbs and the pitch reaches its peak and the smell of dust becomes the smell of soil and I find my eyes unable to open and my breath unable to catch, I wonder if you've entered me. I want a love that strikes with the force of high tide waves, crashing into cliffs, forming caves, shifting sediment over millions of years. Let me be consumed, engulfed, held, fluid, expansive, eternal. Give me proof that I am not nothing. Let pain be the visceral reminder of presence. I want to drown in these warm whispers, mouth pressed to my ear, pillow talk me into existence. Give me the hope that I will not fade into a statistic, but when I do, try not to forget me. I want to get as close to you as possible. Can you help me? Let's cut along the perforated line, reveal our copied receipts of reflection. I want our bodies to meet and then meld into one another. I want to crawl inside, scratch deeper, till our ribs grind bone upon bone. Please give me the erasure of my skin. Till our blood mixes and your collarbone pierces my lung and my jaw is lost to the collision of your fist. But do not worry. I'm already caught, out of breath, catching. I want the light that is pouring through your open window to spread into our formless bodies. Will this small room in the warmth of red, like sunburnt retinas, eyes closed, we are vitrified. As my skin raises to meet your touch, release me from apathy, objecthood. Treat me with undeniable, sublime, sensual abandon. Let me die not by my own hand that is tied and carried by society's will, but with this caress, reveal, revolt, relinquish the soft sounds of my heart still beating. October 2023, journal entry. It's October again, and you are on my mind. In this memory, I think we were 16. I picked you, N, and A up in that broken down Volvo, and we drove far away through landscapes of shifting leaves, listening to the naked and the famous. And I almost crashed us into a mailbox when you pointed out the window at a place that caught your eye. Oh, how you see so much. We were then in a graveyard that stretched far across this little piece of in the middle of nowhere, Washington. At its center was a maple tree that had grown for many years and had eaten into the graves that surrounded it, leaving the stones half exposed or broken by roots and bark. The leaves were the most tremendous red, reaching up far past our small bodies. We arched our necks to take it in fully. I told you all then, when I die, bury me under a tree. Then I took your portrait. It is a simple picture, you standing between two headstones, hands deep in the pockets of your black skinny jeans, your scarf wrapped 1,000 times around your neck, constricting. You had your curly black hair in a short cut at the time, and it splayed in a wild mane around the small visible corner that was your eyes and nose. The camera had caught you right when the wind pierced through your coat, and your shoulders hunched high and your eyes were locked with the lens. I have lost this picture, but I've called upon my memories many times to resurrect you from this place, so I can hold you and remember. You are beautiful. You scare me. You are beautiful. You scare me. I'm in rotation with these statements. Round and round they go in my head as you lean into my body, as our knees touch, as your breath warms my lips, as your finger outlines my jean pocket, as you lock eyes with me while you speak to someone else, as you laugh deeply into my ear, as you grip my shoulders with desperation, as you run through the woods ahead of me, as you leap at the chance to feed me, as I listen as quietly as I can, as I curl my arms around your rapidly noticeable ribs, as you excuse yourself from a conversation to leave the party fully, as I find you walking down the street at 4 a.m., as you leave unannounced for a week and come back silent and closed, as you text me in panic that you want to hurt yourself, as I slam my body against your locked bathroom door to try and get in, as I call for help, as I cry into your dissociated body to beg you to stay, as you tell me you want to die young, as I hold your wrists as gently as I can, as I wrap gauze as tightly as I can. You are beautiful. You scare me. While the weight of it all may seem unbearable, I grip tightly to the truth of what I know more than my own blood, and more than what these hands can show you in clay, more than all the spite and bitterness and fear and pain and grief, that I am very lucky, that I am very lucky to be trans. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoy the exhibition and I hope you hold each other close. Thank you.